Hello, my crafty friends. Well, this is a quick little heads up video for what you're going to need tomorrow night if you're playing along with my Let's Make a lapbook. Once again, you're going to need a base, and you can use a file folder, or these were parts of a hanging file folder. Or here is some cardstock. So you could use any of these things to make your base. You do need to realize, though, that this base is probably barely going to be seen at all, because we're going to build it and we're going to put it together with packing tape, which is kind of glossy. So you're going to pretty much cover it up before you move on to the next step after you get it built. So you will also need some something to put over this, to cover up the tape and just to decorate it. But this is also going to be, for the most part, a first layer. Now, I got one page that I just think is a pretty page, and this is out of my Elizabeth Holden book. I've been trying to take pages out in a folio so I could put them in journals, but there are some, like the outside pages of each signature are glued down, so they won't come out in a folio, and you have to tear those out individually. And this was one of those, and so I thought I might use this as my base, or my pretty paper, that we're just going to put some pockets in it that will actually be cut into it with some kind of, and I'm probably going to use this because it kind of goes with it, some kind of cardstock protective place where you, anyway, I'll show you when we get there. Nick the Booksmith and Amy at Al John both did this, I think did this kind of project in their playlist. So you can go there and look. But anyway, to cover up your basic cardstock or file folder, you will want some kind I'm going to use book pages. And I've got some different examples here. I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to use, but these are all different kinds of book pages that you could use. Or these. So one of those I'm going to use. You could use wallpaper. You could use scrapbook paper. I just didn't have any sitting out. You can use painty papers. So you can choose whatever kind of decorative papers you want to put on it. And I will probably make that choice when I'll try them out, try things out on it. And we will be needing probably at least one full file folder. It depends on how many of these fold out things you want to make. You could make it, you could make 10 of them all connected together if you want to. I'm thinking maybe 4 or 6. And then on the bottom one that's connected to the book, that's where we're going to use the pretty page, for sure is not going to be all covered up. And the rest of them, you want them to be things you don't mind not being covered up, because we're going to put pockets on all the rest of them, a different kind of pocket on each page. So it could be things that you don't mind being showing, but you could also decorate, like you could add flowers or something if this was your page and you've got your pocket down here or on the side, or however we do a pocket that time for that page. You could also add decoration on it if this was your base. So you can decide that at the time, but you will need one pretty thing that you want to show, and some cardstock, file folder, and then some more that you don't mind covering up some. You will also need glue to glue these papers onto the finished accordion thing. You will need packing tape to put it together. And there's a couple of reasons why we're using packing tape. One is that it's thin and it's pliable. Um, and the other reason is because it is clear, it doesn't really show a whole lot. It kind of disappears, even though you're going to have some space that's just packing tape. It'll kind of disappear, whereas another kind of tape would really show up. Plus, it would be thicker and bulkier than packing tape is. You'll need a X-Acto knife of some kind. You could use a box cutting or whatever kind of knife you use. You'll need that. You'll need a ruler to cut by. So a metal ruler works best for that because you don't slice out some of the plastic or the wood. And then you will either need a tear ruler or a paper cutter in order to cut your pieces to the right size. So and some scissors. So gather all those things together, and we're going to make an accordion type fold out piece for our lap book tomorrow. So God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time.